Welcome back to American Latino TV. I'm Natasha Martinez. Up next, Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez is a comic book fan first and foremost and grew up in New York as that geeky kid who read comic after comic. Today, after years of collaborations with Marvel Comics and numerous artists, and even being the chief editor for the comic publisher DMC, Edgardo released La Borinqueña, a Puerto Rican superhero who draws her powers from the mysticism of her island. And while she has been out for a short while, today La Borinqueña is bringing hope and faith to the island in these difficult moments after Hurricane Maria. And we learn more about her right here on American Latino TV. Brought to you by the U.S. Army. Find out more at goarmy.com.
My name is Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. I'm the writer and creator of La Borinqueña. I had just finished working on my first comic book for Marvel. I collaborated with my business partner, Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC, and he came up with a cool idea of teaming up the Thing and Groot. So I took this idea and I developed it into my first official script for Marvel Comics. But being who I am, Boricua, I figured out a way to kind of like make the story a Latin narrative. And given that the story takes place in New York City because the Thing is originally from the Lower East Side, I was like, bueno, for us it's not the Lower East Side, it's Lower East Side. And through writing this script, I was able to incorporate Taino mythology into the story, so much so that I kind of rewrote Groot's origin and made him Puerto Rican, because I linked him to the ceiba trees in Ponce, Puerto Rico. You know, I just did that, and in my mind, I was like, you know, everybody's gonna be like, oh, DMC's part of this. Oh, the Thing is dressed with like a black suit and Adidas sneakers with a gold chain. So I go to the comic book shop. My wife is like, oh, let's take a picture with you with your first Marvel comic. And I was like, ooh, so excited. She takes a picture of me. Within a few days, this picture goes viral in Puerto Rico. So I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute. If they're this excited about me as a writer doing a little bit itty bitty character that touches just a little bit about our Latin heritage, what if I did something even bigger than that? Now, we always see ourselves in these characters. We see ourselves in Captain America, we see ourselves in Wonder Woman, but I thought, pero caramba, what if we literally saw ourselves in a character that literally looked like us? What if she was negrita with very thick curly hair and a body that actually looked like a Latina? And I put this all together and I started getting calls from all these different Puerto Rican institutions that wanted to celebrate me for doing a Marvel comic. And I was like, espérate un momentito. One of the things that I was incredibly conscious of when I was designing La Borinqueña, from her costume down to her name, is that I wanted to create this from the position of brown privilege. I had the power to tell my own story, from my own experience, from our own community's perspective. I wanted to name her La Borinqueña, which literally translates into the Puerto Rican woman. I named her after the national anthem of Puerto Rico because that to me represented power. That to me represented pride. In fact, as a writer, I intentionally challenged myself by not introducing a supervillain in the comic book. I rewrote the rules for making a comic book with this book. No supervillain, an origin that is actually rooted in Taino mythology, a hero that is a woman, a hero that is patriotic. But not only did I did that, I actually wanted to do something that had never been done before. Knowing what I know about the comic book industry, I knew that there were many Latinos, especially of Puerto Rican heritage, working in the industry. But what I also knew is that they had never worked alongside each other on one project. And I created what I call El Gran Combo de comics, because I put them all together, and it was over a dozen artists, not only here in the US, but in Puerto Rico. I've been blessed with this opportunity to not only create a character that's been received incredibly well, but create a character that gives me the platform to give people a sense of hope and a sense of pride, to not only celebrate our culture for ourselves, but for all Americans. And not only was I able to do that, but I'm able to continue to show the world that we can do that.